Good morning, traders. It's the prep video. I'm going to show you some areas up above where the volume's a little bit thin. You may get some quick runs through this area if you're a buyer of the market today. Show you a couple sticking spots that we have up above in the range extremes. So if you like the analysis, please subscribe to the channel. Leave any kind of comments that you want, ask questions. Go watch yesterday's video. There was a good lesson on volume nodes, and get ready. So let's do it. Okay, good morning, traders. It is the pre-market prep for 6/5/2019. It's 4:30 in the morning. Market's still moving up overnight. Let's see if I can show you a picture of that. You can see that it's just screaming. I had told you that it was going to be into this node by morning in yesterday's video, and it didn't disappoint. So we're right up there against that node. So on the weekly, you can see that right here we're into this node right here, and probably by opening we're going to be into 2832 would be my guess, into that node, because we're right in here. Make this a little bit larger. With the big nodes here, I'm going to say that your levels, you're going to have one right here across the top of the candle at 2831. You might get a little pullback right there. 2841 is going to be a spot, but they're probably going to push it through pretty quickly up to like 2846, and then your big one's going to be this 2860 level, but 2855 will probably give a little bit of a challenge there. Yesterday's video, go watch it. I talked about trading in these low volume nodes, and you can see where the low volume nodes are, and then where the high volume nodes are in the current price, and gives you some idea where you're going to hit the resistance and stuff. So that was a pretty good video yesterday, I think. Let's look at the daily. Obviously, in the big picture, this is a correction. 1, 2, and now we're off to the races. We're going up. This sorry guys, this is an impulse leg. See how long it is? This is an impulse leg. This was a two-legged correction into support. Where'd we go? We went right down here, across those two, that one, the top of that one, and into these other ones right here. So this looks like a corrective leg. It looks like we're off to the races. Could be wrong. Just laying out the pattern here. This was impulse leg, one leg down, two legs down, getting the bounce. Look how strong this bounce is. People will go, well, it's the Fed signaling low, cheap money, and I can agree with that. But that's the pattern, and it's playing out regardless. You can kind of see it a little bit better right here. It's more pronounced impulse leg, one leg down, two legs down, and I think if you just use this arrow, if I pull that to there, and that to there. See how it's a measured move? Each leg is exactly the same. Right? Okay. Measured move. 2 legs down, into support. Look at the support. Look at the big volume node right here. Getting the bounce. I pretty much kind of screamed it in the video. I was like, hey, you know, I put clickbait on the thumbnail that we were going to rally hard. So let's expand this out and take another gander here. So we've got some nodes up here. This looks thin through here. So I think you'll get a fast move up into the 28 and really the 31 area. So this is the next volume node. You'll probably grind across that. And then look how thin it's getting up and through here. So I'm going to say you might get a pullback on the 55, but the 60 area is where your real resistance up above. That's the biggest node up here. You've got something at 28.40. It goes across these tops right here, and buyers may just be exhausted enough that that they hold up at 40. But I'm looking back here too. You've got some volume here at 48, but it doesn't really show up that well here. Let's just pull this back all the way. And with that, you get a little bit better. So you got something at 46 here. Yep, so 32 first stop, 38 area, 47 area. I think this 55 probably works out. 57, you know, at the bottom of this thing, and 60 right there. Not sure you're going to get big pullbacks off of them, but you should be able to get maybe like a 2-pointer or something like that. I don't see a reversal right at this point. I mean, this is kind of like the level. So if you're looking at candles, right, this 32 area would be the first pullback if you're looking at this pivot right here. And then this 48 area right here, if you're looking at this pivot right here. At some point I got to make a video about pivots, but those are the two kind of areas that I would look probably for to come off price. So let's look at it on 240. And of course we've got real thin volume down below. 2804. It's kind of like your first stop down below if it decides to sell. 2793, which lines up with this pivot over here. It's probably this, actually 2795, but 2793. And then I would probably say 2779 down here. Again, up here, here's your 60. You can see how pronounced that is. You're into this big volume node. Reason I keep on saying the bottom of it, which was like 55, but it's like right here, 54. Is because there's quite a bit of volume here, and you're going to kind of hit it. So right now we're pounding into this volume node right here, which is 23. We're pretty much on the bottom of this one, and then we have this right here, 2720. It's the 2831, 32. I think we said 32 on the other chart is the high volume of that, and then these get pretty small. You'll get small reactions in here, but don't trust them too much. There's a pretty good gap right here at 51. where there's no volume at all. So I kind of like that line. Let's look over here at the 60-minute. Not much here on the 60-minute. Shows this volume node, shows that we're up into the volume node right now, and then it shows the levels kind of below. So I don't think we're coming back down, but I mean there are some levels here, you know, right here, 2804. I think we looked at this one already, and then 2890 or 2793. And then once you get back down here, 2769. So you can always see more levels on the smaller the time frame. You know, every time we go down a time frame, you're gonna see more levels. Not much here on the intraday. Look at this right here. There's just no volume in this. Nobody's building any positions. So again, if it sells, it'll sell pretty quick and come back down. So what I did want to show you is look at this run, and then look over here. See this? There was no positions here. I explained this in the yesterday's video too. Probably do a little bit more detail than what I'm going to go into here, but there's no positions here, and that's why it's moving so fast. And so when you look up above this cluster right here, look, you have the same pattern right here. So from 40 up to 52, and it'll have probably some momentum, so probably up to 56, you're gonna probably move pretty quickly, right? Because there's no current positions here. Keep that in mind as you're trading this market. You know, use a lot of context, and then again, this is weakness, so if there was a big sell or something like that, it would go through this pretty quickly and get down to the downside. You know, if there was like a negative news item or something like that, you could get a fast move. But again, the 60 area is the next kind of spot that I'm eyeing for the market to hit. And then pretty much kept the same 100% range extensions from yesterday. In yesterday's video, I'd shown you that it came up and touched this one perfectly at the end of the day. Bounced off, came all the way back, found support, and now we're ripping up 100% range extension again. And so I just continued on. There's not really any good swings in here per se. So I could see this pulling back right into this area and then taking off again. And so that's what I'm watching right now. I already took a long trade first thing when I woke up, and you know, caught it up to the top, and now it's pulling back. So I'm waiting for it to come back, and I'm going to try and get on this thing and go with it. But anyways, anything else I can tell you? You know, watch these nodes. 60 is the top. I didn't cover this, sorry. So range extreme, we've picked up just a little bit, 38. So the top of the range is at 60, which lines up perfect with our node, and the bottom of the range is 85, which lines up perfect with this node. So the range extremes look good. It exceeded the range extremes just a little bit yesterday, but this is how we determine where we're going to trade, right? We look at the ATR and determine, you know, how far it can travel in a day. And thing to note yesterday, lighter volume than a lot of the other days that we came down on. So less sell pressure. So you're going to get easier movement to the upside. Everybody buys the market. I've said this in a bunch of early videos. Everybody's for the market moving up. Few people are for the market moving down. Anything else that I can tell you? I think that's about it. Good luck today, and I'll see you at the end of the day.